To be honest with you, I really do like working with Flash. In fact, I've created entire websites out of nothing but Flash. I love its whimsical look, even potatoes walking down the road like we did a couple of segments ago. But it's a very serious program. You can do really cool navigation, drop-down menu systems, just about anything that you want. If you know that program, you've got a lot of control. I like the FLV part, putting my videos in there because I know that 98% of the people that surf the internet are going to be able to see them, and I like giving them an interface that allows them to control the video any way they want. But not everybody has Flash, and not everybody has the Flash video encoder. Someday when the planets align right and you get it, that's cool. But what about now? What about today? What about at this moment in time? I've got MOVs and I got AVIs. What am I supposed to do with those? Well, do what everybody else does. Just put them in, and really isn't that much more difficult than anything else. Go in and open up in Pages the document called Movie. Now, before we go there, you will notice there's a Corona Skin 3 right here, and there's an FLV player right here. Those weren't added by us per se. We didn't make those. Those were added by Dreamweaver in order to run our previous segment when we made the FLV. That's why they're there. Open up Movie. Sunset in Paradise. Let's close Pages. Get into Multimedia one more time, and there is an MOV file. It could be an AVI. It doesn't really make that much difference. We're going to drag it over. I'm big in dragging instead of inserting. Put it right in here, and you will notice something. It just does it. Now, it's centered because the div I made automatically centers. That's why that's there. That's kind of something I did up front to make it look pretty. But notice how small that is. By default, you get a plugin that's 32 by 32. If you don't change that, guess what? It's going to look really small when you view it. So what we need to do is select it up here, which we have. Come down here to the width and height. Now, I know these numbers, and the numbers are 323 by 257. How did I get those? I opened up this document just as a movie file, and I got all the parameters, so I know what to put this together with. So it starts out small. You got to change that. No big deal. We have the ability to change the vertical and horizontal space if you want to do that. This right here, this PLG URL, let's assume that you've got a viewer that doesn't have the plugin that actually runs this page, like maybe the QuickTime plugin. That's what you put there. You put the URL for the address, say Adobe or whatever it is, for the plugin, and if the browser detects they don't have it, it will give them a warning and say, click here to get the plugin. I think that's pretty cool. We have a play button if you want to look at it right here. You can add a border to it. No parameters on a movie file, all right? You can add them, but there's none by default. Let's do this. Let's save it. And let's go ahead and click the magic globe and go down to Safari. And as we end this particular session and lesson, we're looking at a beautiful sunset over somewhere. I forget where I did this. I think it was in Hawaii. But anyway, the whole idea is it's just as easy to put these in. The only major difference is they may not be as universally compatible with other browsers as the FLV is. That's the only difference. If you don't have that, use these. You're going to be fine.